Growing uncertainty for international film productions as Trump reiterates threat of 100% tariffs. In recent weeks, the international film industry has been rocked by growing uncertainty following former U.S. President Donald Trump's renewed threat to impose 100% tariffs on a wide range of foreign goods, including luxury items, electronics, and potentially film-related imports. While tariffs are generally associated with traditional industries like steel, cars, or agriculture, the entertainment sector is not immune to such sweeping economic measures. The ripple effects of Trump's statements have left international filmmakers, Hollywood studios, and streaming platforms wary of potential cost surges, contract disruptions, and logistical complications that could derail projects. Background: Trump's tariff strategy. Donald Trump has long championed protectionist trade policies, framing them as essential tools to safeguard American jobs and industries. During his presidency, he waged a high-profile trade war with China, raising tariffs on billions of dollars worth of goods. While those policies primarily targeted manufacturing and tech, the broader consequences were felt across creative industries too. Now, with Trump reiterating that he would consider imposing 100% tariffs on imports from certain countries, particularly those he accuses of exploiting the U.S., many fear that entertainment could become collateral damage. The film industry is deeply globalized. Movies are rarely confined to a single nation's resources. Cameras, lighting rigs, sound equipment, costumes, and even visual effects software often come from different corners of the world. Actors, directors, and crew frequently travel across continents to shoot in diverse locations. In such a web of interconnected supply chains, tariffs that double the cost of imported goods could be devastating. Impact on equipment and technology. Film productions rely heavily on specialized equipment. Much of this gear is manufactured abroad: high-end cameras from Germany, sound equipment from Japan, drones from China, or digital editing tools from Europe. If tariffs were imposed at 100%, the cost of acquiring or renting such technology could skyrocket overnight. For example, a camera that currently costs $50,000 could suddenly become $100,000 for U.S. buyers. This not only raises direct costs but also reduces flexibility for smaller independent productions, which already struggle with tight budgets. Hollywood blockbusters might absorb the shock, but independent filmmakers or documentary crews could be priced out of accessing world-class technology. Threats to co-productions and international partnerships. The global film industry thrives on international co-productions, where multiple countries share resources, locations, and talent to bring a project to life. Tariffs could discourage this collaborative model. If U.S. studios face higher costs in importing costumes from Italy, set materials from Canada, or post-production services from South Korea, they might rethink working with foreign partners altogether. For countries that depend on American co-investment to keep their film industries afloat, this could mean fewer opportunities. Canada, the UK, and several European countries often collaborate with Hollywood due to tax incentives and diverse filming locations. Tariffs could undermine these mutually beneficial arrangements, leaving producers uncertain about the financial viability of cross-border projects. Rising costs for streaming platforms. The surge of streaming services such as Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney+, and Apple TV+ has intensified the global nature of filmmaking. These companies invest heavily in international productions, Spanish dramas, Korean thrillers, French documentaries, that reach worldwide audiences. If Trump's tariffs extend to licensing fees, content distribution, or physical goods related to production, streaming platforms may need to raise subscription prices or cut back on commissioning foreign content. This could, in turn, limit the diversity of storytelling available to audiences. Part of the appeal of global streaming has been exposure to voices and narratives outside the Hollywood mainstream. Tariffs that stifle international collaboration risk narrowing that creative landscape. Significant challenges. The U.S. film industry earns billions from international box offices, but producing films often requires importing sets, costumes, or post-production services from abroad. With 100% tariffs in play, studios might face a lose-lose choice: pay double for imports or confine themselves to domestic options that may lack the same quality or variety. Moreover, retaliation is a likely scenario. If the US imposes tariffs on European or Asian film-related goods, those regions could retaliate with their own tariffs on American cultural exports. This means Hollywood movies could face higher taxes when screened abroad, reducing profitability. Considering that films like Avatar or Avengers Endgame earn more than half of their revenue overseas, such retaliation could severely dent Hollywood's bottom line. Uncertainty in pre-production planning. Film productions often plan years in advance, securing financing, distribution deals, and filming locations long before cameras roll. The mere threat of tariffs injects uncertainty into this process. Producers cannot easily calculate budgets if they don't know whether essential equipment or costumes will suddenly cost double by the time filming starts. This uncertainty may cause investors to hesitate, delaying green lights for big projects. Insurance costs may also rise, as insurers account for the unpredictability of trade policies. For a business already considered high risk, these additional uncertainties could push financiers away from ambitious international ventures. Independent filmmakers and smaller markets. While large studios may have the resources to adapt, independent filmmakers are far more vulnerable. Many small production houses rely on foreign partners, grants, or niche audiences abroad. They cannot absorb sudden spikes in equipment costs or licensing fees. For them, tariffs could mean cancelled projects or severely reduced production quality. Smaller film markets in developing nations could also be hit hard. Many rely on exporting talent or services, such as visual effects outsourcing in India or animation studios in Southeast Asia. Tariffs that block or overprice these collaborations would shrink opportunities for creative workers in these countries, slowing the growth of the cultural industries. Cultural diplomacy at risk. Cinema has long been a tool of cultural diplomacy, fostering understanding between nations. Hollywood's dominance has been balanced in recent years by the rise of Korean, Indian, French, and other cinemas that travel well across borders. Protectionist tariffs could reduce this cross-pollination of cultures. If foreign filmmakers find it too expensive to collaborate with the US, cultural exchanges could weaken. At a time when global tensions are already high, reducing opportunities for international artistic dialogue might worsen geopolitical divides. The political dimension. For Trump, tariffs serve as both an economic and political tool. By threatening steep import taxes, he appeals to voters who feel globalization has harmed American workers. Yet the entertainment industry is not a traditional battleground for trade disputes, and its inclusion in tariff discussions reveals how sweeping such policies could become. Hollywood has historically clashed with Trump on cultural and political grounds. If tariffs begin to disrupt its business model, the conflict between Trump and the entertainment industry could intensify, adding another layer to the already polarized US political climate. Conclusion: a cloud of uncertainty. As Trump reiterates his threat of 100% tariffs, the international film industry finds itself in limbo. Even before any policy takes effect, the looming prospect alone is enough to delay investments, complicate planning, and chill international collaboration. From skyrocketing equipment costs to strained co-productions, from risks to streaming platforms to potential retaliatory measures abroad, the impact on global filmmaking could be profound. While tariffs might be designed to protect American industries, the interconnected nature of modern filmmaking means they could instead harm US creative exports and stifle the diversity of stories reaching global audiences. Until clearer policy emerges, international film productions will continue navigating this atmosphere of uncertainty, where the political ambitions of one leader have the potential to reshape the creative landscape of cinema worldwide.